Well, Kekam Jenny is in the news again. Kekam Jenny, the subterranean volcano, otherwise known as a submarine volcano, sitting close to the dormant volcano Kekam Jack, is flexing its arms once again. It has done so before, didn't cause any damage, and our hope and prayer is that it will not do so, cause damage in the future. I'll tell you another story because I actually slept close to Kekam Jenny once. Yes, I slept close to Kekam Jenny. And back then, I did not realize that I peacefully snoozed close to an active underwater volcano. And some call it a submarine volcano. Grown man that I am today, I'll give it more than a fleeting thought. It is a truism, certainly true, that where ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be wise. My ignorance was bliss then. It was a time when the chaotic potential of a subterranean volcano was not a debated topic within my consciousness. Well, I had not too long emerged from childhood innocence, and the thought of spending a splendid weekend on that little island called Latant, it fired my imagination. Well, my girlfriend's family had issued the invitation, and although it was a carnival weekend, I decided to shun the fun and frolic of carnival, and I opted for the quiet mystery of the little isle known as Lastant. So we set off from the shore near Lotong, Sautez, one early Saturday morning. Everyone took their seats in a small boat, and we pushed out to sea. The captain of that boat was a man nicknamed the Boss. He passed away some time ago. When they told me that Boss was not only a good seaman, but he was extremely good at shooting wild goats, and Latent was known for the wild goats that roamed there. I looked out to sea, and I felt assured that I was in for a smooth and pleasant journey. It looked so placid, so calm out there. Well, that was before we met the angry waves. Well, you know, the area around Kekam Jenny is noted for huge waves. We were tossed into deep holes in the sea, and the boat had to ride some very tall mountains of water. My spirit constantly sank as I beheld the frightening columns of water approaching. The carnival bacchanal flashed through my mind, and I wondered if I had made the right decision. I thought of the colorful costumes and the big parties that I was missing. But I was so wrapped in the romantic feel of the young woman sitting next to me in the boat that the carnival thoughts did not linger long. I had to keep the faith. There was no better place for me to nurture the love that I had within me. No better place than the secluded haven of a spot on the miniature island, away from the disturbing trance and the clamor of jumping carnival feet. Well, Boss did not seem too perturbed at all. Nothing seemed to bother him. The raging water did not bother him. And while most of us sat there frightened and shivering in the boat, looking at those huge waves, Boss kept asking me to pass the bloggers, man, pass the bloggers. He was enjoying the saltfish house and the bloggers, the fig and saltfish house, bloggers also, that was prepared for the journey. Well, we survived. We survived the furious waves, and we breathed a collective sigh of relief. We pulled up on the shore, and we unloaded the pots, the water jugs, and the seasoning we had carried to fix up the goat meat. The whiteness and glitter of the sand immediately impressed me. And then I realized that we had company. A few fishermen. Fishermen were in a couple of boats near the shore. The boats were similar to those used by the fishermen of Guave and Grenville. They remained in the boat, and they reeled in a net. They stayed right in the boats and reeled in a net loaded with jumping robin fish. That area is famous for round robin fish. And they were nice to us, for they gave us a portion of their catch, and we thanked them for it. Later we cleaned the fish, salted them, and placed them in the sun. The fishermen actually were from St. Vincent. Yes, we salted them. You ever had cornfish? We hope to delight our taste buds with the appetizing corn, the fish. Cornfish goes well with yams, green bananas, and a little sweet oil, olive oil. Just put a little olive oil in there and a little hot sauce, and you'll be in heaven. I stood on the shore, and I stared at a solitary coconut tree, its branches bent under the load of the thirst-quenching water nuts. Well, we call it water nuts. Some say coconut, we say water nuts, jelly nuts. A weather-beaten wooden hut stood nearby. That was to be our place of abode for the next couple of days. The gentle seawater rolled onto the shoreline, and I was strongly tempted to jump right in. You ever look at the seawater and just all you wanted to do was to just jump in? Well, that's the way I felt. The rocks appeared parched and dried, and I wondered what the wild goats were feeding on. You know, wild goats can climb, and even in deserted areas with little food, they can exist. Well, boss, he got to work, and he proved how excellent a shot he was. And soon, a pot of curry goat, man, was on the wood fire. You know the wood fire with the 3 stones? We cooked our food like the buccaneers of old, and the smell of curry goat filled the air. 2 delightful days we spent on that enchanting isle. We climbed the rocks, we looked out to sea. We filled our lungs with the fresh air. We ate goat meat and drank coconut water. We sipped rum punch and drank fish broth. And in the cool of the day, we enjoyed the relaxing walks on the sandy beach and refreshing dives in the tranquil water. At night, we stared in amazement at the starry sky as the soothing wind hit our cheerful faces. And we did find time for some old talk under the glow of the full moon. And then we slept. And while we slept, Kikem Jenny also slept. And now, a poem, Kikem Jenny. Beneath the waves, just off the shore, the Grenadian shore, we know not what lies within your core, but the turbulence that we see above suggests that you may not be a dove. If wrath you have, don't let us know. Don't tell us what you have in store. Let it a mystery so remain. For if you blow up, we will not be the same. Some liquor signs you showed before, some ash, and a little magma flow. No damage done. You just flexed your arm. You told us that you meant no harm. Stay calm, Kikem Jenny. Stay calm, don't wake. For heaven's sake, our people, please don't try to bake. The waves above a frightful sight speak of potential strength and might. And those who went to scope your dome, they were fortunate to have returned home. Well, some tell us that we should have no fear of tsunami, etc. No eruption soon. It's a little fire there. But then suppose they are not right. One day then, we might feel your bite. And what a terror that could be, the raging of the boiling sea. So Kikem Jenny, my plea, my prayer, please be calm. Do to us no painful harm. Sleep in peace, forever be that quiet volcano in the sea. Anthony Wendell de Riggs.